Hi guys, my name's Sarah and I'm from Peak Physio. Today we're going to look at 3 basic plantar movements that I do with all my students in their first class. All you're going to need is a yoga mat and a pillow. Let's first talk about the starting position. So I want to make sure that my feet are hip width apart. So I bring my feet together, I bring my feet out and I bring my heels out to meet them. So I should have a gap between my knees. Then I'm going to think about my lower back. In a resting position, some people have a bigger arch, bigger gap between the floor and their back. Others have a smaller arch. That's okay. What you want to do is you want to flatten your back into the mat and then roll away from the mat. And flatten the back into the mat and roll away off the mat until you find your neutral, which is nice, and it's your nice resting position. Then when we go to engage our core, we take a breath in, and as we blow out, we draw the belly button into the spine and we hold the belly button in there. This is how we engage our core. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to flatten our back against the mat, against the floor. Okay, so there's no gap in between our back and the floor, and engage our core. Then we're going to relax our shoulders, relax our neck, making sure that we have a nice distance, about an apple's worth distance between our neck, so it keeps it in neutral. And then our shoulders are nice and relaxed and down. This is the starting position for when we go into the next 4 movements. First movement we're going to do is we're going to do a single leg stretch. This challenges the core and allows us to try and stabilize one leg and move the other leg. So I'm going to engage the core, squeeze my glutes and float one leg away and then bring it back for 10 reps. Now I'm using a belt to help stabilize the leg. You can and then I'm going to switch sides with the belt. If you find this is too easy and that you're able to stabilize your leg, your non-moving leg, and not move it, then I want you to inhale, exhale, engage your core, float one leg up, and then float it down. And float it up, and float it down. If you can't keep this leg stable, then we're going to use the belt. We're going to use the belt to stabilize the leg while we float one leg up to 90 degrees at the hip and 90 degrees at the knee, and float it down. This is the next movement, which is called the scissors. It challenges the core again. You might feel it in the front of your leg, but that's normal at the start until we get stronger. Making sure my back does not arch as I do this, because if we arch, we don't have our core engaged, and we've got a bit of weakness in the back. Also, you don't want to be feeling this in the lower part of your back. You need to reset, engage the core, engage the glutes, and float the leg up, float the leg back, all the while squeezing your lower abs. The last exercise we're going to do today, we're going to remove the pillow. We're going to lie back. We're going to make sure reset again, so bring our feet out, hip width apart. We're going to flatten our back against the mat. We're going to inhale and exhale, engage the core, squeeze my glutes. We're going to roll from my tailbone slowly up off the floor. We're going to go up until we have a straight line from my knee to the hip to my shoulder. Okay? Squeezing my glutes, I'm going to roll back down from my ribs down to my tailbone. If we find our hamstrings are cramping or if they're overactive, we're going to move our feet in further towards our glutes, our bum muscles. We're going to continue on the process. If we feel that we're too unstable and this is difficult, we're going to put a little cushion in between our knees, okay, or a pillow or a towel. You're going to use that to help stabilize and activate that core and come back down again. It's really important to squeeze that glute when we do this before we lift. So you're going to squeeze the glutes and then lift up and then come back down again. Okay, so squeezing the glutes, engaging my core, flattening my back, rolling slowly up vertebrae by vertebrae. Remember to breathe and then back down again. And then you can relax. So I do 10 of these of the bridge, I would do 10 of your single legs, and I would do 10 scissors 3 times. So to recap, we've done 3 sets, 3 rounds of the single leg stretch, which is 10 on each leg. Then we do the scissors, which is 10 on each leg, which is floating the leg up into a 90-degree angle and down again. And then we're going to do the bridge, which is the last one, which helps stretch out the hip flexors that may have got active while we do those other 2 exercises. And we're going to remember when we do the bridge that we want to squeeze the glutes really tight before we lift up from the tailbone, and we lift slowly. If it's tight, stiff or sore, only go to your level that you can go. If you're able to go to where there's a straight line between your hips, knees and shoulders. And that's all for today. Okay? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.